I want to give you the one trait that you need spiritually in your life to develop that will make all the difference in the world. I've been at this 50 plus years. I made Jesus the Lord of my life when I was 4 years old. But this trait applies to every area of life. I cannot tell you how many times I've met people, even in my own life, when I've let this trait, this discipline leave, it affects everything else. Um, and in life, especially when I was young, I'd watch people. I've always loved watching people, just watching their life, watching what they go up through, what they go through, and the ups and downs. And the one thing I've noticed is that the people who sit on the front row of the church, all excited, they move a couple rows back, and now a couple weeks later, and they move a couple rows back a couple weeks later, and then they're on the back row, and we don't see them anymore. Those people do not have this trait. This is the trait that makes all the difference in the world. This is the trait that gave the Apostle Paul the ability to outlast, outmaneuver, outgun the enemy, and to continue doing what he knew he was supposed to do. In Micah 7, verse 8, this is from the Amplified Bible. It says, "Rejoice not against me, O my enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me." A couple things to note about that verse. When I fall, I shall arise. How many times do you get up? You get up every time you fall. And that trait, if you will, you can call it perseverance, non-quitting. Had a young guy ask me years ago, it was really funny. I guess he wanted a real spiritual, deep answer. And he said, "What is the secret to being in the ministry as long as you have?" And I don't think it's been that long. He goes, or maintaining your spiritual walk all these years. What's the secret? And I really didn't have any better answer than what just blurted out. I said, "Don't quit." And I could see he was expecting, I guess, maybe manna revelations every day, a prophetic word every day. I was getting this every day. I said, "I don't need that." I really didn't say that. I mean, I'm thinking that really more so. I don't need that. I made up my mind, made up my heart. I'm not turning back. There's an old Nancy Harmon song, you ought to look it up, called "I've Come Too Far to Turn Back Now." If you've been saved one day, if you've started a journey one day, if you've made a decision one day, you've gone too far. Marriage is not a maybe proposition. The vows actually say, "Till death do us part." I heard somebody say one time, marriage is 50-50. No, it isn't. It's 100-100. And if both parties don't give 100, it's probably going to break down. So I want to challenge you to develop I'm going to call it the spiritual skill of perseverance. Just not giving up, not giving in, not quitting. You can't see it really well. I have over here, I was sent to by a great friend. And it is a speech by Winston Churchill. And if you notice right there, that is Winston Churchill. It's a little statue. And it's about we will fight in the beaches, we'll fight on the streets. It's a speech he gave right at the pinnacle of the Battle of London. Germans were bombing, preparing to invade. And to be honest, Germany probably wouldn't have had a chance had they invaded. And his attitude was, "We're never going to quit." There's a story about Churchill, and they asked him one time, he's late in life, he's at some graduation ceremony of some sort. And somebody asked him a question to give, what was the secret of Britain standing alone during World War II during several years? And his response was, "Never, never, never quit." And the story says he turned around and walked and sat back down, and everybody just looked stunned in silence. Was that it? And then it hit them, and they all jumped to their feet and they began to applaud. The spirit of a warrior never quits. And I want to challenge you. Develop the spirit from Micah 7:8. You may fall, you may take a hit, but you will arise. Hey, remember, you can get more videos like this, and you can also follow us. I ask you to like and subscribe to the page, to our channel, and we'll see you again. And remember that through Jesus Christ, you're anointed to win, empowered to prosper, and impossible to curse.